Alright, so I'm gonna just select new game, and then I'm gonna sit in the character select.
Okay. Let me also remember to run the command line.
Fuck!
Yeah.
Alright, well, you know what? I had to grab a soda anyways, all according to Keikaku.
Woo! Okay, Jimothy. You have returned with your soda now. Are you ready, Jimothy?
I'm not Jimothy, okay? Stop making fun of me.
Your name is Jimothy, is it not?
Stop making fun of me.
That's what your father called you, Jimothy.
So,
You want to hear another story, yeah?
One where the very fate of Pandora.
Okay, so
If not too bad, I'm telling you.
Hello, viewers. Welcome to
So-
Borderlands.
hey, the Borderlands 3 trailer dropped.
The warriors.
I'm unfortunately excited.
I also am. Just move
I
my volume down a little.
Yeah.
bit. There we go. Perfect.
I've been a fan of Borderlands for a long time.
I was not a fan of Borderlands for a long time, and then recently I played Borderlands 2, and I was like, hey,
This is
This one's
better
pretty
than the
good.
first one.
that first one is kind of stinky doo-doo.
Yeah.
This one,
including
shit, this one's pretty decent.
I think you played like 60 hours of it in your first week.
I was playing 10 hours a day until I made myself, like, physically ill.
That's a really good sign, I think.
It's not even remotely.
Once and for all. But Hyperion weren't the only ones.
I mean, it's a
So-
good sign for the game, not for you. But
Yes.
you're expendable. You're
No, we all
expendable
are.
to Randy Pitchford's.
Certain warriors.
Oh man, let's get the Randy Pitchford counter going early.
Hidden secrets.
Check out his sick trade secrets.
Others call them fools.
By the way,
But I
neither of us are a fan
call
of
them
Randy
vultures.
Pitchford.
Our
We,
story begins
We like
with
his game.
So
move.
Randy, should we even bother explaining?
Handsome Jack.
There
No,
are
no.
allegations of that he does not
So let's
deny.
first who is Randy Pitchford, Nicholas?
He is, if I recall correctly, the CEO of Gearbox.
Yes, and he's been around the industry. He worked in 3D Realms.
He's been
He
around
made
for-
he made some levels in Duke Nukem and the other Build Engine games before he eventually would go on to I think he founded Gearbox, didn't he?
I have no idea.
Neither do I. Yeah, he's the CEO of Gearbox. So he was going through a messy divorce, and he had a flash drive that he said wasn't admissible into the court because it contained trade secrets.
Alright, let's see.
It did not contain trade secrets. It contained child pornography.
It's admitted that it was pornography, not what kind it was. So, we...
Trade
I'll explain
secrets.
everything soon, but know this.
So, we're kind of limited in what
Yeah,
we know
don't want to be
about this
committing no
situation.
libel now.
Yeah. Allegedly, it's child
Allegedly.
pornography. The only thing that's confirmed is that it was pornography, that he had because
Well, I
he
mean,
wanted
what
to
kind
learn a
of person
magic
would
trick.
have just regular pornography? What kind of weirdo?
What character should I pick? What character did
Did you
you
not
pick?
already pick?
No. You
I'm
invited
going
me before
Siren.
could.
I was gonna choose between Psycho and Siren, but I was like, nah, just Siren. Siren is the most uncontroversial character choice.
Well, you know, evidently, I'm a big fan of the Necromancer.
Yeah.
So
this series is going to be a lot of firsts for us. And so there may be some awkward patches along the way.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. Okay. Here's the first, I basically, I have like a little list of like, if they just fix these things, if they were to just make Borderlands 2 again, but fix a few small things, it would be a great game. One of them, put a ball gag in the fucking robot.
One thing that really does encourage, or makes me think, like, you know, this is, Borderlands 3 is going to be good, is that Borderlands, the pre-sequel, is in basically every respect an improvement, except in the amount of content.
Oh yeah, it wasn't it's not a real, like, Borderlands big release thing.
Yeah, the reason why
I
it's...
did not find what I played of it super compelling, but I didn't get that far in.
Yeah.
I think that the Borderlands setting is kind of interesting, and that all of the writing is in service to absolute fucking insipid garbage.
Yeah. That's... Oh god. Don't forget to click through all of the fucking DLC bullshit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Wait, does it not? Shut the fuck up. The stupid golden gearbox weapons that are fucking outscaled at the first gun.
Yeah, you know.
It's
Just put a
fucking
ball
amazing.
gag in the robot.
Please, dear God,
Just put a ball
like-
gag in the robot.
So, viewer, because both of us have a fair amount of portion, or a fair amount of playtime in Borderlands. I have like 300 hours. He has like 100.
150-ish.
There was a mod that was released in February of
Yes,
2019.
so we are not just playing straight Borderlands 2. We are playing the Borderlands 2 Reborn.
Which it has a lot of rebalances.
Yes,
and
neither of us have played it extensively.
oh, I haven't played it at all.
That is the only place.
Well, we played like 2 missions with it to test shit.
I mean,
If I want to cut back to that America's Test Kitchen footage.
oh god. Waffles! XD! Boy, Razer is just malware.
I shamefully dropped a single dollar on the Learned Warrior pack. So I could put the siren in teacher glasses. I won't apologize.
You're fucking sad, dude.
I won't apologize for who I am. It's like, okay, cool, thanks, hot diggity. Thanks, diggity, my niggity.
People came there to talk about video games. Just like, who wants to see a magic trick?
Did you fuck up the installation process?
I did everything step by step, but apparently,
Did you have it working when you tested it earlier?
yeah. Well, I didn't open it, you know.
I've bumped the gain for me up to 20. That will sound awful.
That was not good. That was not good. Nick, what are you doing? Nick, that joke is just not even, it's not even a joke.
You're writing a blank check that your previous capability to tell jokes will not be able to cash, and you know it.
Yeah.
Let's go. If we're not on my
I
iPad,
know.
A lot of the things that were advertised were just sort of balance overhauls, which this game sorely fucking needed.
Yeah.
Some graphical things, some smoothing. People will notice that we didn't get the cutscene where Claptrap had his eyeball ripped out. I appreciate that.
Oh, thank God.
Fewer cutscenes
I actually
was an
didn't
advertised feature.
I didn't even notice that. Like,
Yeah,
my mind
it's almost like
glazes.
it's completely jarring and unnecessary to enjoyment of the game.
leave that funny little
My mind glazes over during every single fucking cutscene, and
Yeah.
I just, like, forget that 10
It's
seconds.
because this kind of interesting setting is in service to an absolutely fucking insipid story.
I mean,
there are things to like about the story, but like most of the characters are utterly fucking pointless.
Yeah.
And Gearbox, God bless them, they just refuse to let bad jokes die. Because they think that if we draw attention to the bad joke, it becomes funny from how unfunny it is. And as someone who occasionally is a fan of that style of comedy, they can't do it to save their lives.
I just think Claptrap is the wrong thing to invest in.
It's the wrong hill to die on.
I don't mind them doing, like, some certain, like, unfunny jokes and it just continues, and just continues, and just continues. But Claptrap is the wrong one to look at.
There are some genuinely funny jokes in this game, but for a game that tries as hard to be a comedy as this one, the rate of failure to success is way too low for me to honestly recommend this game as a comedy.
I mean, well, part of the...
So much so that I consider the optimal way to enjoy this game to be to have the sound muted. You know, maybe have the sound effects, maybe have the music, but the voices, turn them off.
I think the soundtrack is pretty good.
Soundtrack's alright, yeah.
I think it's...
Although it's always gonna... You know, it's always gonna be lesser than the soundtrack that you can personally impose into the game.
Yeah. I mean, it's nothing like, oh my god, they made this? This is amazing. No, it's not like, it works. And it works well. Well enough. I mean, it's not
it can't compete against, you know, like BFG Division.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a world where I can put BFG Division as the soundtrack to this game, that's what I'm gonna do.
Hey, mod people, start working on that mod.
Yeah, start working on that one. Just replace this game's soundtrack with the Doom soundtrack.
Flyers birds on the other side of this Hyperion.
I mean, it's not like Celeste where the soundtrack just massively adds to the game and just like...
Yeah, it's not built in, it's largely just an ambient thing.
Yeah.
Doom 2016 as well had a lot of music that was sort of built into the game.
Oh man, I love this. I love this.
Funny.
Haha. He's useless.
Well, it was nice knowing you. I hear getting eaten alive.
He's useless until he's not, and then he's
Let me get that for you.
defeated by stairs.
Yeah. And then he ends up being necessary for us to defeat the big bad in the end.
Artificial intelligence. I'm networked into almost
Uh-huh.
everything on this planet.
So I do think there are some parts of this game's story and setting that are super cool ideas and that I would love to see in service to something good. In particular, I think everyone just sort of uncontroversially agrees that the sirens are a good thing.
Yeah.
I am also on that train. I think the sirens and a lot of the storytelling around them are very well done. I think they're a cool idea. I love the fact that space was effectively colonized and owned by gun manufacturers.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. And then it's in service to Claptrap. And Claptrap. And hunt for a vault with Claptrap.
I am in this location. Keep your wits about you, minion.
I think the vaults are really interesting.
I mean, they were a neat idea for the first game, but the first game also did nothing with them.
I mean, like, they're neat in concept, they aren't as neat in execution. I think that...
The first game intentionally built the vaults up to a nothing. Spoilers for Borderlands 1, if anyone on Earth fucking cares.
I mean, they're re-releasing the entire trilogy so far on...
They're not going to do any improvements. They might actually de-improve some of the game.
They're doing graphical upgrades and then a few bug fixes, if I recall correctly.
Graphical upgrades, quote unquote.
Yeah. I mean, it's...
I feel like I need to remind people of that time that they took the definitive edition of Duke Nukem 3D off of Steam and replaced it with a far less definitive edition that costs more.
Yeah. Well, it was to celebrate Duke Nukem.
Yeah. Celebrate
Like-
Duke Nukem by spending more for less content. I understand that there may have been something of a rights issue with that re-release, and that may have been why, but at the same time, like, you are getting a definitively worse product for more money. To the point where basically everyone will tell you, just illegally download the version they took off Steam.
Yeah.
There is no reason why you would get World Tour when Megaton Edition is just definitively better.
I think because of Duke Nukem Forever, like, his reputation has just kind of been ruined. So people just didn't
Nukem's or
even...
Randy Pitchford's, because both are acceptable answers.
Duke Nukem's is what.
Yeah,
I
well,
specifically
that's
meant.
something that kind of gets lost, is that Duke Nukem 3D is actually like one of the best shooters
Yeah.
ever made.
Yeah, it's a fantastic game.
It is a fantastic game. But yeah, Duke Nukem Forever is not a good game.
Me and him are like two peas
You should
in
not
a
play
pod.
that one.
Two
It's not
bulls
good.
in a bag.
You should play 3D, especially the Megaton Edition. However, you can't buy it on Steam anymore. Isn't it funny when Claptrap gets shot?
Haha, everyone hates Claptrap.
Everyone, it's funny because he's bad, and so everyone hates him. You calling attention to the thing being bad doesn't make it not bad, Randy.
I think that there's ways to do characters that everyone hates in order to make them, like, actually
Yeah, sure.
funny and interesting. Like, if the reason why Claptrap was hated wasn't just he's
useless
shit
and annoying.
and useless, like, that isn't interesting.
Yeah.
It's just kind of I'm trying to find the right way to phrase it, even though
I
it
like,
really doesn't deserve that.
I think Hammerlock is similar, and I like Hammerlock.
Yeah.
Most people don't take him seriously at all. There's the whole quest with renaming the Bullymongs, and I think that's pretty solid.
Yeah. I do like that.
I think that's one of
quest.
the best quests in the game. That's also one of the few examples I would point to of this game actually telling a good joke.
Yeah.
We'll do that in a bit.
Oh, yeah. We'll do that quest.